Hey, I'm Bryan Segraves, and I teach voice and piano at Music Lab Nashville. My background in music is really just being born into a pretty musical family. My dad was a blues guitar artist and my mom was just a total hippie. And being born and raised around that just kind of had me sitting at the piano for most of my life growing up. And then around probably middle school, I joined the local band, local choir. I'm a huge proponent of local music education, and that got me into music education and really a lot of composition. So after getting into composition, I moved on to college, and in college I studied music production and really got into the world of leading worship within the context of the church. After doing that for a few years, I graduated, ended up touring with a band and worship pastored a couple of churches. Fast forward to moving to Nashville about 11 years ago. Funny enough, I actually moved to Nashville specifically to do church planting, but Nashville being Nashville, if you make music here, music will find you. So I ended up really doing the music directing thing for a couple of churches and leading worship again for some more conferences. And fast forward to today, and where I'm currently at is I teach full-time out of my studio. I do artist and worship leader development, and I also do session work. And then for my own music, I release my own music under the moniker of Seeg, S-E-E-G, and then I'm also the lead vocalist for a progressive metal band called Crusade, and that's pretty much my life at this point. What drew me to my instrument was, like I said, with my dad being a blues musician, the guitar had already been taken care of, so I really felt like the piano was just kind of something that hadn't been really excavated in my family. Sitting down at the piano and singing as long as I can remember, a lot of it was just based around the desire to write, and if I'm being genuine, the desire to pray. I just enjoy connecting to other people, and I enjoy connecting sort of my imagination to my instrument. So being able to play and being able to write on the piano and being able to write through my voice has just kind of been the guiding force throughout the majority of my life. So I love teaching for a couple of reasons. The first reason is because as a kid, I was pretty sensitive and pretty awkward growing up, and really nothing has changed. I still feel that way. But I really appreciate that sensitivity because it enabled me to have to find music in order to be able to express myself fully. And one of the reasons I love teaching so much is get to have those moments with my students and the people I meet with where there's just these sort of internal roadblocks. Sometimes it's music theory, sometimes it's more psychology stuff going on, but really helping to move people past their hurdles to be able to better express themselves. And the second reason I enjoy teaching is a little more selfish, but honestly, I love to learn, and teaching is a really great way to learn. So I'm just on the journey of both learning through my teaching. So a fun fact about me is that I'm definitely not 3 kids in a trench coat trying to sneak into a movie theater. Outside of teaching, really, I'm just a husband and a nerd, so I'm really kind of doing the same few things most days. I'm either hanging out with my wife and we're both getting into something artsy-fartsy together. I really love to meet with some friends and talk theology and psychology over coffee, tea, glass of Macallan or whatever. And then probably the last thing is I love playing video games, whether it's a good story or something that's highly competitive. I'm really into that. So that's where you can find me if you don't find me making music.